everybody, welcome to Pilates, Eden Hope Hospital staff. Thanks for joining in. Let's go. If you've never done Pilates before, be kind to your body. Otherwise, join in to the best of your ability. Okay, let's just stand nice and tall, feet hip width apart, shoulders back and down, heart lifted. Start by drawing up your pelvic floor and tightening the lower belly in gently. Just drawing in that band of muscle deep between the two hip bones. Let's inhale, fill up the sides and backs of our lungs. If you'd like to raise your arms above your head as you inhale, that's fine. Try and keep the shoulder blades slightly down the back. They will automatically rise. And exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale. In through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. On our next inhale, you can go up on your toes, pushing through the mound at the base of your big toe, stabilising with your core, your pelvic floor. Your lower belly pulled in will help stabilise as you go up and down slowly. Inhale. Exhale. Doesn't matter if you're wobbly, we're strengthening up our ankle ligaments as well. Flex the knees, draw the knee caps upwards, that'll help stabilise you. Okay, let's take our legs wide. We're just going to bring our hands to our hips and we're just going to squat down. So taking the tailbone in the direction of the floor, pulling what I'll call the T zone, the pelvic floor and this band of muscle, this T zone, pulling that in and exhale, come up. Inhale, go down. Exhale, come out. Make sure the knees are tracking in the direction of the big and middle, big toe and the toe next to it. So they're pushing out wide the knees as you go down. Just slowly. As you come up, clench the butt muscle, give that an extra workout. Okay, on our next one we're going to go down. Once we're down in our squat, we're going to lift our heels and push up and then drop our heels again once we're up. Go down with flat heels, lift the heels, push up. Pushing up while we're on our toes. So just in your own time, down, heels lift. Try and keep the chest lifted though, we're not bending too far forward. Down, lift the heels, push up. Couple more. Okay, a little bit different this time. Before we go down, we'll lift our heels. So heels up, go into our squat, drop the heels, push up through the heels as we rise. Heels up, go down, drop the heels, push up. Keep going in your own time. So heels up as you go down, heels down as you come up. One more. Good job. Heels on the ground now, still staying in our squat position. We're just going to go down into a squat as low as you can, and just some tiny, small pulsing movements. Chest lifted, tailbone pointing down in the direction of the mat or the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up through those heels. Well done. Give the thighs a tap. Good job. Okay, coming to the back of our mat, we'll go into some roll down. So first of all, create a nice long spine. Shoulder blades are down our back. Hip bones lifted towards our rib bones sliding down towards our hips. Rolling down as we exhale. Inhale at the base and exhale, stack those vertebrae up. Really articulating every joint if you can. Loosening up that spine. it's too much for your legs to be fully straight, have a bend in them. We'll slowly stretch out our hamstrings as the class goes on. On our next roll down, we'll stay rolled over. Relax the arms, relax the head. And then maybe you can just do an alternate knee bend and heel lift. Bend both knees and sit the bottom back. See if you can bring your hands up onto your knees, shoulders back and down and a straight spine. Keep pulling in that T-zone. See if you can go up onto the toes. Hold it there. Use all those muscles, engage that core and release the heels to the mat. Come to a folded over position and slowly one hand at a time walking out until you're a triangle shape or a downward dog. And then just pedal the heels up and down, alternating up and down heels. Keep lifting that belly up towards the ceiling. Okay, bring your left foot into the centre of the mat and place the right foot in front of it. So you sort of got crossed at the ankles. Then I want you to bring your left hand slightly towards the centre of the mat and reach your right hand under and see how far you can reach out onto the floor to your left. So a twist and bring the hand back to where it was. And then again, right hand out, feeling the tummy muscles work. Back, one more, out and under, and back. Uncross the legs. Place the right foot in the middle of the mat, the left foot in front. This time the right hand comes slightly centre, and then touching the left hand out to the side, underneath the right arm, and gracefully back. Again, out to the side, and back. And once more, and back. Good job, unravel those legs, and then bring the knees down onto the mat. Uncurl the toes, come down onto your elbows. And we are going into either a knee plank, elbow and knee plank. So bring the body out so the knees are on the mat. Bottom and shoulders are the same height and you're resting directly above your elbows. Or you can come up onto your toes into a full plank, knees off the mat. And then we're just bringing an alternate knee off the ground and squeezing it towards the bottom. So squeeze for a hamstring curl. From the toes, squeeze, replace other leg in. So whichever way, from the knees or the ankles, or the toes, sorry. Really lifting through our T-zone here, keeping our belly pulled up towards the sky. Four more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the knees, the belly, and the chest down onto the mat. Bringing our hands right back beside the sides of our chest, a little bit further back than our shoulder tips. Resting our hands fully spread on the mat. Bring the wings or the elbows in close to our chest. We're going to inhale, lift the head and chest for cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Trying to keep these shoulders away from our ears, so draw them down our back and then lift as you inhale. Exhale, lower. Again. You can go a little bit higher each time if your back, lower back feels comfortable. You've got no serious back issues. But if you're only coming up a little bit, that's fine. Try and make your back muscles do some of this lifting rather than just pushing up through the hands. On our next one, we're going to stay up in our cobra pose. Keep those wings in. We're going to look over our left shoulder, back to centre, look over our right shoulder. See if you can see that back foot. Centre, left, centre, right, centre and lower. Just gather your breath for a couple of seconds. I'm probably the only breathless one here trying to talk. And we're going to come up into our push-ups. So coming up onto your knees, if you can do a push-up from your toes, feel free. We're actually taking our hands quite wide in this push-up and our shoulders are in line with our wrists. We're going to come down 1, 2, push up in one motion. Inhale, inhale, exhale, push up. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 3 more. And then sitting back onto our ankles. Okay, coming back down onto your belly. Let's join your heels together and then take them up in the air. Rest your head down, face down onto your hands. I'll just look up. Well, I don't need to look at you because there's no one here, but at the camera. What we're aiming to do then is as we inhale, we're going to tighten our pelvic floor and our lower belly and lift our knees off the mat. So my knees are wide, my ankles are together, heels are together. So let's go. Inhale, lift and lower. Inhale, lift. Feel that butt squeezing and lower. Inhale, lift. And lower. Inhale, lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. 4 more. And lower. Rest the legs down. We're going to come up into a plank again, so it's your choice this time whether you go from the knees or from the toes. This time we're actually going on straight arms though. So from the knees you'll try and make a straight line from the crown of the head to your tailbone, holding the belly up, or from the toes, coming right up onto the toes. Then we're going to take our left leg out to the side, and then take it up and over our right leg. Out to the side, up and over. Keep going, just working the one leg. A little bit of a twist in your torso as you touch behind. As you touch over onto your right. Holding that core nice and firmly. 2 more. And bring that leg in. Working the right leg, out to the side, touch, out, touch. Keep going. Two more. Come back to your plank, bring the knees down and lower yourself to the floor. Good job. Give those wrists a little bit of a rest or a gentle circle. Before we rest our head down onto our 2 hands under our forehead, this time we're joining our heels together again but keeping our legs straight. We're going to inhale our legs up. Exhale, we're going to start beating our heels together, in and out. Fast movements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have my legs engaged, I'm working my thigh muscles. I can feel my butt muscles working. So 10 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down to the mat. Good job. Let's go over onto our bottoms. So pushing yourself up. Coming around to a seated position. Let's have our ankles, knees, and hip bones all in a straight line, so all parallel to each other. Sitting up tall, just resting our hands on top of our knees. Straight back, shoulders down the back, heart lifted. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're just going to scoop our T-zone or our belly, scoop it in, and roll back. And then bring ourselves up and sit up tall again. So just roll, half roll downs, just to wherever you can. You don't have to go halfway down, you can go quarter way down. The whole aim is not to protrude that lower belly, but to keep it scooped in. Let's roll to wherever we can, halfway back, take our arms out to the side, hug a tree. So hug that. You can join the fingers together if you wish. Just hold there for a couple of breaths. And then roll up. Okay, we're going to go into boat pose. So we're going to go into boat pose with our left leg crossed, ankle crossed over our right ankle. Sit up tall, we will be leaning back, and then see if you can clasp the hands behind the back and just balance there. Release, lower the legs, cross the feet the other way, lift them up, reach behind, keep that belly pulled in, see if you can balance. And release. Good job. Just join the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall apart in a butterfly position just for a moment. Okay. Sitting up as tall as you can, legs straight in front of you. We're just going to swan dive forward. So we've got our hands out in front of us, and what we're trying to work here is just our upper back from mid-back up. Keep the lower back sitting vertical. Then we're just trying to dive the upper back forward and then slowly stack up again. So it's not a big movement. Dive forward, stacking up. Just trying to mobilise those upper vertebrae. And release the hands. Sitting up as tall as you can. Inhale, bring your arms up in front of you as we started a moment ago. And exhale, let's roll all the way back, lowering our back onto the mat from the bottom of the spine up to the top as slowly as we can go. Good job. We're going to go into full roll-ups now. If you can do them, you can start straight away. The aim here is to Pilates stance the legs. So wrap the outer thighs externally as though you're clenching your butt cheeks together slightly. Feet will roll out naturally. Inner thighs hugging towards each other. Inhale, take the arms over the head. Exhale, raise the head, shoulders. Then we're sliding our ribs to our hip bones, keeping it as flat as possible. Now you might only go quarter way up like I am at the moment, or you may go as high as you can without blooming out your belly. You want to keep that belly flat, slide the ribs to the hips, controlled movement. First one's always the hardest, but we don't want momentum throwing us up in the air or laying us down. So we're very controlled. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale. exhale, one vertebra at a time, scooping in that belly. Much better to stay with the little roll-ups and work and control that core, not bulging the belly up or pushing out the pelvic floor, then try and attempt and satisfy no one by coming into the full roll-up, unless you're ready for it. Okay, coming up to a seated position, if you're not already there, we're going to rest back onto our elbows. So elbows are tucked in close to each other, but under our shoulders, hands resting on the floor near our butt. Draw the heels up near the bottom so the knees are bent, then one leg at a time, tighten your T-zone first, bring your legs up into a tabletop position where the shins are parallel to the floor. From there, we're going to do circles with our knees. Now, if you're finding that reasonably easy, you can do circles with straight legs. So as big or as little as you like, the whole idea here is, again, we're controlling our T-zone, pulling in our pelvic floor, reverse the direction. And then draw the knees into the chest. And then kick one leg out straight, the other leg in tabletop. Still leaning on your elbows. And then swap. One leg straight. And you can speed it up a little bit. Trying to keep that bent leg in the tabletop position, not dropping the foot to the floor. So maintaining control over both of them. For a single leg stretch. Still scooping in that belly, and then bring both knees in and drop the feet to the floor. Knees can fall apart, soles of the feet together. And just have a rest for a moment. Okay, let's take our way all the way down to the mat. Oh, blessed relief. Not for long. We're going to set ourselves up for hundreds. So because we're going to take, well, option one, both feet can stay on the floor with knees bent. Option two, tabletop. So really pulling in that T-zone, imprinting the spine, the lower back slightly towards the floor. Or you can go straight legs as low as you wish. I'm going into tabletop this time, and then we're going to raise our head and shoulders and reach our hands towards our toes and then start pulsing. We're going to do 100 pulses. So it's breathe in for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, out. Really try and lift those shoulder blades. Really strong, firm arms. Use those arm muscles. Already halfway there. If your neck starts to ache, you can also alternately use a hand just to rest that head in and then swap. Or if it gets too much, you could actually drop it down onto the mat. Still keep the arms working. Still keep the legs engaged. 2 more breaths. And let's hug our knees into our chest. Have a nice roll from side to side. And we can even just do a small little roll up and down our spine, forward and back. Just giving a gentle massage up and down that spine. Make sure you've got your chin tucked to your chest so you're not flopping your neck around. And then come to stillness. Okay, we're going to go into a crisscross now. So again, we're going to lift one leg up at a time, imprint the spine slightly down towards the mat. Our hands near our ears, our fingertips near our ears. We're going to lift our head and shoulders up and look at our toes. And then as we exhale, we're going to extend our right leg and bring our right lower rib cage over to our left hip. Come back to centre. Left rib cage over to right hip. Back to centre. You don't drop your head down in between. Keep the head and shoulders up off the mat. Working out oblique muscles as well as our transverse abdominis and even our six-pack muscles, getting a bit of a workout, holding our head and shoulders up. And when you're ready, let the feet rest down and just give yourself a long stretch. Now our next exercise is going to be the bicycle. So 3 options here. You can keep your head and shoulders down on the mat, bring the legs into tabletop and bicycle the legs. Bend the bottom leg, straighten the top, like you're riding a bicycle. Second option, you can bring your head and shoulders up, rest the head in the hands and pedal. Third option is you can lift your butt up in the air. Hold it there with your hands and then bicycle. So pick your option and start pedaling. How about we reverse our pedal? Whoop. Not very good at this one, going backwards. And then bring yourself back down to the mat and have a moment's rest. Okay, you might want to watch the next one. We're leaving our back on the floor. We've got bent knees, feet on the floor. We're bringing our knees to our chest for a reverse crunch. 1, lift the bottom slightly. 2, 3, 4, straighten the legs, reach to the toes. 1, shoulder blades coming up. 2, 3, 4. Join me. Reverse crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, straighten the legs, reach, reach, 3, 4, feet down, crunch, 1, 2, 3, 4, straighten, reach, 2, 3, 4, crunch, 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 straighten the legs, reach, 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 reach. 1 more set, that's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, straighten the legs, reach, reach, 3, 4, and rest. Well done. Give a make yourself feel better. Okay, finishing off on our back with a leg circle. Right leg can be bent or straight along the mat. I'm going bent. I'm tightening my T-zone. I'm going to try and keep my spine in neutral, so try and keep that slight arch under my back. Certainly not letting my rib cage or hips flare up. If anything, I'm having a little micro crunch happening between my rib bones and hip bones here, sliding my ribs down my belly. Other leg in the air, left leg in the air, circle down the middle, out and around the outside. Now visualize 2 glasses of water sitting on your hip bones. Full to the brim they are. So tighten your T-zone enough so that those glasses of water don't spill. You're going to get very wet and cold, so really engage those T-zone muscles. And reverse your circle. Two more circles. And bring that leg to rest. And then prepare for your right leg. So left leg planted firmly on the mat. Feel all 4 corners of that foot before you start. Engage your belly first. Ribs sliding, flattening down towards the hip bones. And then circle the leg. Okay, reverse your circle. So take it around the outside first and then up through the middle. Two more circles. Okay, bring that leg up and in. Hug the knees into the chest again. And again, a rock from side to side. Grab yourself a drink of water if you've got one handy. I haven't. Naughty, naughty. And then we're going to make our way onto our side, onto our knee. So on your left knee, right leg out to the side, and then lean over onto your left arm. From here, we're going to lift our right leg up and try and get it hip height if you can, and we're going to kick forward, point behind. Kick, point. Now if it's too much on your shoulder, you can drop down onto your side and do the same action. So come down, kick forward, point behind. That's the bar. Keep going, a few more. Kick, point behind, 2 more forward. And then drop that toe to the floor. Haven't finished yet on our side. We're just going to lift and lower. A pointed foot, lift, lower. Try and just create a long line from the top of our head right down to that tippy toe. Up, down, up, down. Imagine that you're squeezed between 2 plates of glass. You're in a nice straight line. 3 more. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I think that was 4. Lower yourself down onto your side. This time we're going onto our elbow for the clam. So with the clam, we've got our ankles in line with our hips, in line with our shoulder, and our knees forward. I've got my elbow. Again, if you're snowboard on your shoulder, go down onto the floor. But I have my shoulder over my elbow. And then I don't want to sag here like a banana. I want to lift my top waist up, lengthen my bottom hip away from my shoulder, and then make the clam movement. So open the knee, and close. So we're just feeling our gluteus muscle here. One of our gluteus muscles. We have 3 major, minor, mini minor. Medius is the other one. Major, minor and medius. Not mini minor. So still lengthening and lifting through that bottom waist. Two more. And lower down. And now we can come all the way down onto our side with a long arm under our head or our head resting in our hand, whatever's more comfortable. We're bringing our toes up to the top corner of our mat so that we've got a slight pike in our body. So you can just see my toes. I'm going to lengthen both sides of my waist again. So take that top hip away from our armpit so it's directly above our bottom hip. Turn our thighs outwards again, Pilates stance. So my toes naturally are pointed out. Hand in front for balance if you need. And then I'm going to kick up, bring my heel down in front of me, quite away in front of me, and then take it behind me and touch with my toe. Kick up, heel forward, toe behind. Making a big rainbow movement. Kick up, heel forward, toe behind. Up, heel, toe. One more. Well done. Okay, bringing your top leg in front of you. If you can, take the knee off the floor. Don't rest it down and collapse through the waist. So knee up, hip away, lengthen our bottom leg, and then lift it up as high as you can. So lift the inner thigh of the bottom leg as high as you can, and then circle that bottom foot. Think of the circles coming from the thigh, not from the foot. So lift as high as you can with that thigh, lower, lift, lower, circling up and around. And then reverse, other way. Really visualize that thigh doing all that lifting of the rest of the leg. Lift, lift. Three more circles. And lower down. Good job. Okay, we have one more exercise on the side here, and that's our scissors. So extend both legs. Take them both off the mat. They're both really engaged, so hold them there for starters. Really keep those thigh muscles working, so strong and long. And then we're just scissoring backwards and forwards. So really don't have to go fast, but think about the fact all of these muscles are working really hard. We've got our T-zone switched on, ribs are down, shoulders away from our ears. We go a little bit faster. Off we go, real quick ones. 20, 10, and bring them back together and lower them down. Whew, good job. Okay, let's make our way over onto our other side, starting off on our knee. Resting out on our arm. As I said, you can go down onto your side if this is too much for you. Okay, so a nice straight line from the head through to the bottom foot. Lift up the leg as high as you can, hip height if you can. Kick forward, point behind. Kick, whoop. I was about to say, one side may be wobblier than the other. This is my wobbly side by the looks of it. Kick, point. Kick, point. Bring the leg back, hip height, drop it to the floor. Point the toe, again, make that nice long line. If it gets a bit much for your wrist, you can also make a fist with that hand. And then we're lowering and lifting that leg. Three more. And lower down. Bringing ourselves down onto our elbow this time for our clam. So remember our ankles, hips and shoulders in line, elbow under shoulder, long waist, and then once we're ready, open our clam. Hit this top hip forward, so don't roll back as we lift. None of this. Still, keep it still. The only thing that is working here is this butt muscle. 3 more. And lower down. Good job. Let's go all the way down onto our side. Hooray. Bring our legs forward so that we can see our toes. Lengthen through both sides of the waist. Pilates stance of the legs. So prepare, set up, engage all of our muscles. Kick up, heel to the front, sweep over the heel, touch behind. Kick up, heel to the front, sweep over to the back. Three more. And bring the legs back together. Okay, we're going to bring our left foot forward in front of us, knee off the ground ideally. Lengthen our lower leg in a straight line with our torso. Take our hips away from our ribcage and lift that lower leg as high as we can. And then begin our circles. So inner thigh circles, lifting up, lifting up. Rest your circle. And down we go. Leg muscles should be feeling nice and worked out there. Okay, and the last exercise on this side. Lengthen both legs, all in a straight line now. Lift them up hip height. Really point through those toes and then scissor. Control scissors. And a little bit quicker. And bring them back together and lower down. Good job. Let's go on to our belly and sit up onto our knees. Knees can be together or apart, and then take your tail down towards your ankles for child's pose. Arms extended above the head, creep them out as far as you can go. Get a stretch under those arms. And then just let yourself sink into the mat. Now just walk the hands back down by your ankles and let your shoulder blades fall apart. Rest your head down onto your cheek on one side if you like. Let the shoulders really sink down, relax. Pushing ourselves up onto all four. We are going to tuck our toes under and poke our butts back up in the air for downward dog. Here again, you can pedal, just slowly pedal the heels up and down. A few seconds on each heel, just getting a bit more of a stretch through the back of that Achilles and the calves. Now just holding one heel down, the other leg bent, and a big stretch. And we push back into that heel. Doesn't have to reach the mat. Just feel that stretch. And then the other heel. Being a stretch in that leg and a bonus extra muscle workout in our arms that are pushing away. Okay, walking the feet in towards our hands here. Just letting yourself fold forward, hang down. Rest the thigh on the knees if you want to bend the knees, and just really relax the upper shoulders. Now grabbing the ankles. So knees are bent, grab the ankles and then begin to straighten the legs and pull the elbows out. Bend the knees again, release the ankles and clasp the hands behind the back and reach the hands towards the ceiling. You can rest down onto the knees here. Wherever your hands will go, to the ceiling or even forward in front of your head, they will. Don't forget to breathe while you're down here. to slowly roll up with our hands behind us, pulling up and back. Just rolling up. Pull those arms up as though they're pulling you up. Slowly, slowly does it. We've had our head down for a little while, so we don't want to come up too quickly and pass out. Okay, pull those arms down behind you. Reaching down, squeeze the shoulder blades together here. Give the head a little shake. And gently release those hands. Give the hands a bit of a shake out. Rotate the wrists before we clasp the hands in front of us and turn them inside out and push away. This time we're spreading our shoulder blades apart, pushing away with our fingers. You can take them up over your head and lean to one side. Just stretch through your side body there. Back to centre and over to the other side. And back to centre and release the hands down. Let's have a sweeping breath in as we sweep the arms up above our head. And as we exhale, circle them back, but pull them back behind you. Sweep them forward and up. Inhale. Exhale, open that chest. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Wrap your hands around your elbows and have a little hug from side to side. Well done. Hope you enjoyed tonight's Pilates workout. Come back and do it anytime, any day. And I'll see you next time. Don't forget there's other classes on board. You can do yoga, yin yoga. There's some strength and conditioning classes, all on the Eden Hope Hospital Facebook site. Kids yoga tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for anyone that's watching that has small children that would like to join in kids yoga. Okay, till then, thank you. See ya.